All right, we're going to do a summary of DRX against EG. We're coming in, we have two numbers on the screen. What on earth do they mean? I'll quickly explain it now. 8 out of 8 is pistol rounds won by EG in Tokyo. 100% record for them. 5 out of 8 is the third round, the bonus round against the full buy of the other team in Tokyo. They're winning 5 out of 8 of them. The momentum is always on the side of EG. They got crazy pistol runs. Their util is incredible, and honestly, in this game, they kind of util diffed DRX, which is nuts. We started off with the pistol because we have to. 8 out of 8. Boombot spots the first one. Stun with the information, also the stun over towards Heaven, and just to overwhelm the utility that you're seeing is just so good. It's just so good. Ethan trading the kill from RB in Heaven with his util. Mako has a molly that he has to use early for this, and they're just overwhelming. Shots are good, util's incredible, and yeah, this whole game was one of the best displays of Valorant I've actually seen. We go over, this is an eco round at the moment, and I just kind of wanted to just show just how good they were at punishing defaults, right? 4-1 default, just a standard. We actually satchel out. We actually satchel out and we get the first kill, and just like I'm saying, punishing the default when they're doing a 4-1 with the killjoy, trying to get information, trying to escape on the rope, and you actually see this multiple times in this. We go down to the bonus round, right? 5 out of 8. Let's see how they handled this one. South side crunch. The util is incredible. They're getting really good at making sure they have ults into these rounds. Jorgamo was picking up some orbs, getting the diffusers, getting a lot of kills early, and their overwhelms was just insane. You're thinking, wait, I was talking about 5 out of 8 rounds. How on earth do they win this one? Well, the 1v4 is now a 1v2, and his reads on the situation are incredible. 29 HP, and the patience and just knowing the tendencies of how they like to play. Foxy, very aggressive, and this was just insane. Just outrageous. Every single time they're having these games where they just have the most mental start. Jorgamo was just unbelievable at the beginning of this map. It really was. It was just an absolute show from him. Okay, it's 3v4, now down into a 3v3. I'm going to quickly pause this though, right? It was a 3v4, but we'll ignore that. It's now an after plant situation. We have molly for the brim, we have ult for the brim, and double molly for Buzz as well. So the after plant util is incredible at the moment. This should be almost impossible, especially when you look at the HP. The killjoy ult comes in, so they have to use the brim molly to destroy that, because we've got someone committed on site, and they want to, someone committed on Heaven, and they want to make sure that they can save him. Good trade from Boostio. How Demon wins this kill is it's just outrageous. This was the first time, but for the first EG game, Demon was relatively quiet, and he really turned up on this one, just hitting a lot of important shots. Rounds that they just shouldn't be winning, they are winning them. Individuals are stepping up. The util is great, and I was just very impressed with just a lot of rounds from them. We managed to have an eco win, just pretty much from Mako though. It was a lot of Mako individually hitting shots and actually getting them into the round, and that felt like the same story for DRX, where it was just Mako bailing them out of these rounds. Another south side crunch. The Sova was incredible. Every single time they're getting information, they're making sure they can get this stun really good. The south side crunch, 4 people here, they're satcheling on top of them as well. It's a low buy. They have so many upgrades that they can get if they can get these kills, and they're getting util and ults out of the enemy team as well. It's so nice. Just really good. Boostio hitting shots in the side, picking up the guns, and like we're saying as well, just as DRX win a round, they instantly win the round back, and it just wrecks some of the money. So yeah, I've just been, I don't know, they just always have so much momentum going into every single game at the moment, and it's just a common trend. Obviously, when you're winning 8 out of 8 pistols, it's always going to be happening. I thought this was really cool. It didn't work. So we had aftershock coming in from the breach to try and break this, and then we had recon. We actually had shock darts to break this. In theory, what I think happened is the ult normally goes here, and the fact that the ult was actually put a little bit to the side, he had to try and change up his shocks. And so, in fact, they actually kind of went to the bottom of the screen. But I actually thought this was a cool idea, that they had something planned for this with the shocks to try and break it. Just shout out to DRX, just putting it in a different position. 3 people get detained. You pretty much know how that round's going to end. But I thought it was nice to see that they at least had a plan for that. I saw a lot of cool stuff from EG. The fact that they were punishing defaults and the fact they had rounds like this. I was just impressed with how much new stuff they were showing within such a short amount of time from them qualifying. This was a pretty pivotal round. We should go in and we see a good amount of trades coming in, and it's just the Boostio show again. This is what we saw in the fast game. How he is getting kills like this every single time he's stunned up, just the stun buff it seems. And yeah, just these rounds were just insane. Brings it down to a 2-on-2. Jorgamo has his ult as well, and then we have the recon nade. Like, everything's so good here. Yeah, with that information, love this decision making, finds out where the extra person is as well, and they just handle this very, very well. They're just a unit on the defense, on the retakes, and I'm just impressed with how they play these situations. Another round where we punished the default. This was pretty cool. 1-4. A lot of times, teams are using a turret here, and it spots information here and here. What you'll see is teams normally play the killjoy here, so as soon as this turret gets information, they can instantly get out. A lot of how Buzz plays this is he's a little bit too committed. The recon comes in here. Again, another recon, just incredible flash. It means that he struggles to shoot it. They were trying to... this satchel here to make sure they can do it. Like, that's twice in a row. They did it on the south side, they do it on the north side, and just these players that are getting them the fast kill are just giving them the advantage into these rounds. I just thought it was really cool. They didn't actually win this, but I just thought it was nice to see that they're punishing the normal defaults, or at least the little tendencies, in terms of how Buzz is playing the 1-4, where he's just like a little bit more, he's just a little bit more aggressive than other killjoys. They would normally play where the circle is, he's playing where the X is. This round is just a big shout out to just how good EG are at saving their teammates. Jorgamo is on site. Let's just focus on Jorgamo this whole time. He's actually eating the fade ult as well. He gets revealed. I got so much util. His mates bail him out with a smoke. Ethan even runs through the molly to save him. He's still alive at the moment. Managed to get another nade off. And it's just mental that he survives and just his whole team are on the same page to just go and save him. And yeah, this kind of stuff was just great to see. They're so on the same page. Everyone's trying to bail their teammates out. And I just thought the util on top of this was just unbelievable. We go to another pistol because that's a big reason of why, in my head, they're winning a lot of these. Even with Buzz getting the fast 2 kills, Ethan just has an insane round. Yeah, we go back into the 2-on-3. Ethan did great into this one. And then if we just fast forward just a little bit into this one, we'll actually see that it goes down into a 2-on-2. The stun was good to enable the kill. Ethan now onto a 1v2, gets the trade, and just plays this perfectly. Yeah, I'm trying to do a spin to win, trying to make him hard to hit. Knows that the time is low, and he's just going to go for the defuse. They're so good in these situations. They're just the best pistol team at the moment. Stats are pretty much proving that. This round here was incredible. So what we missed at the beginning of this is they went over, and they were 1 away from Ethan's ult. They take the orb, and they get the ult onto the breach. With that pressure, they actually take a lot of the ropes with multiple people, and now what you're going to see is a breach ult over towards A main. The good thing about this is when someone's breach ulting, you're expecting multiple people to be behind it. So they're just not expecting 4 people to flood down from a drop. And yeah, I just thought this was a very smart round. They had a lot of these rounds where it's just really, really cool. Nice jump spot from him. Ult goes in. Everyone heavy focuses over towards A main. The recon once again is insane. The aftershock to push him off the position is really good. They fast take A main with the... I mean, look at this shot. It's stupid. They fast take A main with the raise, and then they're just winning all of these duels out. And the overwhelming Sands is just crazy. And they're just not expecting them to be in these positions. Like, they managed to loop all the way around as their opening door. They're pushing through here, getting a crazy spray transfer as well. Yeah, just loved what I was seeing. And yeah, it was honestly one of the best fractures I think I've ever seen a team play. Another combo, another great bit of util coming in. I just want everyone to focus on this little square right now. So they use the Killjoy ult. You know that it's very hard to stop this Killjoy ult. DRX like to play retake a lot of the time. They do push some map control. They then stun the box that I've drawn and then Sova ult on top of it. Like, the combos are just incredible. They're so good once they have these ults. The plans behind them that follow are just, it's just great to watch. It's just like, it's just perfect Valorant. I think Sideshow actually said it's like the Valorant of the future, and I kind of agree with it. It was just, everything had an unbelievable plan. Demon was winning a lot of duels 1v1 to close this one out, and yeah, like, insane, absolutely insane. Really dominant, really dominant. Mako was relatively quiet. They just dealt a lot of how DRX like to play this as after plants, and it just felt like they had so much map control that they just didn't get an opportunity to actually use and delay their util enough in the after plants. Jorgamo had an incredible game, and Boostio as well. He's just keeping up this mad form that he's been performing with at this event. Okay, we go over towards Ascent. We've got to start with a pistol round, of course. And look at this shutdown. This knife hits everyone. It's crazy. They hit the turret, they get a shock in, try and do some damage. It doesn't. The knife hits everyone, so we can't dash into sight. And then Demon just cleans up. The whole hit is stopped. We have a smoke behind to make sure that everyone else can't get through. But the knife and the timing of the knife is just insane. Because they hit him as he's used his updraft just before he wants to dash into towards the site. He's just left in no man's. And I just thought, the util, again, this was another great example of just how good it is. Bonus round, the 5 out of 8. What the hell is this round that we're seeing? We Omen flash, and then we dash off it because they can't hear, and then we're just doing, this is what we call the Liquid Brazil. The Liquid Brazil team actually used to do this all the time, and I just thought it was really nice. Jorgamo managing to clean this up as well, continuing his form from the map before. Just great strats coming out on these individual, on these bonus rounds. Mako, on this one, had a few rounds where he was bailing them out. It was a lot of individual plays, kind of not really what you expect from DRX. Mako always has very good rounds, and the individuals do win some rounds, but it felt like this was what they were relying on. This was insane from Demon as well. We go into 3-1, so just as DRX have actually won a round, the money reset is real. It happens once again. The momentum is here. Eats a flash, gets the kill, then pings the floor, and it's just so smart. I did a YouTube short with Liquid about this, where you're just pinging the right wall because that's the most common position for people to run in, and a lot of the time you're going to be able to get spams through it. And I was just very impressed that he did it. Even having time to ping for himself, and the flash kill that came in at the beginning was just sick. Yeah, we see it here. Eats the flash, good timing on it, pings the corner like we were talking about, instantly gets the kill. And yeah, then Mako tried his best on this one, but the spacing on the retake was just very impressive. And this is just a cool round. I'm just going to play this. Might be a little bit long, but we're just seeing new util like this. So Recon is actually going to land where this X is. It's very sick, and it just creates a lot of pressure that the Sova is playing over towards A. Exactly what Sideshow says. Just creates the question mark. You're thinking that Sova's playing here, so maybe you can go over towards middle. So Foxy now has just eaten a drone, but he's like, wait, what a minute? Like, how is this possible? How is there a Recon over towards top gelato, but there's a Sova here, and this util to deal with him is nuts. Bit of a Valorant moment with the run and gun for sure, but yeah, I thought this was just a great example of the util and how good they are at just getting into these positions and just making sure that they fall back. Yeah, I thought it was very smart. And yeah, just playing, yeah, just playing off each other all the time, making sure they have some kind of fallback plan and just playing together like this. Just everyone just taking their kill, moving back, and then the next person has to step in and do their bit. So really just sick, really sick plays. Just the whole game, I felt like I was just in stun. I was just stun locked of just how good EG looked. Everything was unbelievable. Mako made a really cool play here. I'm just going to replay this one more time just for you all to see. So what they did for this third kill was they actually, this was against a Killjoy ult, so Lock-in was down, and he's under, he uses his Omen TP to dodge the timing, goes back in, gets another kill, and finishes this off as well. Another individual play, though, to win them rounds, and it's just a little bit worrying.
Goes into backside, into hell, and he dodges the ult.
Yeah, sorry, this was the same clip. Then we move on to this. We get 6-2, and this was one of the better rounds from DRX. I thought this was good. It does come in from a bit of a miss, but I liked the pathing of this round. Thought the util was really good. Omen Flash has just gone in from A over towards short to allow this space, and they just heavily overwhelm. We had util over towards here. We had a KO nade, and then we had the smoke as well to cover this, and just make sure that the pathing over towards site could be good. The flash also to overwhelm here was great, and this was just a good example of DRX actually looking like old DRX. This is kind of what we expect from them. 2v4. This is a 2v4 at 6-4 in terms of the scoreline. 2v4, Demon is allowed to just swing heaven on this low HP and get all of these kills. We go into a 2-on-2, and yeah, you can tell DRX a little bit worried for this one. Nice reposition from EG. They break door, and then they also spend a little time. And with this time, it means that they could have gone back to heaven, so it creates some pressure. So I like that, like how they approached this. And Boostio did insane. This last kill was ridiculous. Yeah, huge. It felt so fast. It feels like it must have been a pre-fire. Yeah, just like we're saying, he's having the best, the best tournament I've ever seen him play. He really is. It's so nice. Right, the pistol's been won from EG. We go down. It's the third round. It's the bonus round again. The 5 out of 8 that we're talking about. The util's just great with the sight hits. They buy the Ares on attack as well, and they're just spamming lane, which means a lot of the time they can't play lane, and DRX like to play lane a lot, so it forces them back into the site, and they do the hardest point, which is getting through the choke point. And yeah, I was just been very impressed with just, again, the plans. Oh man, the plans are so good. Like I was saying, if you're watching me, watching my stream on this, I was just stun locked the whole time. I really was. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It's some of the best Valorant that I've seen from them. Then this happened, and honestly, this gave them a lot of momentum. This gave DRX a lot of momentum. 3 people going down with the guns actually did affect the money a little bit, and you could tell DRX actually were pretty pumped with that. They started to get some rounds together. I was a little bit worried that that was going to be one of those moments that EG were going to remember. They kind of laughed it off, but did get a little bit close. This was a really nice 1v1. Yeah, really just shut him down. Time was low, like 130, I think it was. Yeah, 130 on top of that as well. So, yeah, DRX were getting back into the game for sure. They were starting to get some momentum. And then this happens. Demon won. This is what we saw, the whole split from him. Split, we saw in Americas, not the map, is in the actual whole split from Americas. He was just playing unbelievable. He was solo winning games, and this was just a round where he solo wins. Look at the time, 4 seconds. If that spike goes down there, they cannot win. And yeah, the cover is unbelievable. He hits so many important shots. He gets the last kill as well here and gets them the 4K. Just bailing them out of these rounds, and what an important time to do it at. Yeah, very impressed with Demon. His first game, he was a little bit quiet. I saw him, you're going to see actually some good anti. This came after a timeout. And he just has the read on it. Just has the read that they're going to be pushing into it. Like I was saying, he had a bit of a rough first day. He even tweeted about the PCs. And then he kind of got out of that mind frame, just focused on himself. This is a 2-on-4. Ethan gets the first kill. Spike is in. Ethan's miles away. So Demon has to make a hero play. Pops the knives, and individually, he is one of the best players I've seen. He does some crazy stuff. When he gets the knives out, I just feel like he's just going to win every single round. Such a sick way for them to end it. Top 8 confirmed. And loved it. Loved the whole game, especially the Fracture. I thought the Fracture again was probably the best Valorant I've seen potentially played ever. Definitely the best Fracture I've seen played. Just thought everything was great. I'm interested to see how Evil Geniuses deal with not winning all the pistols, not having the momentum, and actually just seeing them come back from behind. Because a lot of how they play is waiting for this to happen and having big ult rounds and just being able to just have momentum. So I'm kind of interested to witness what will happen if they lose a pistol, because at the moment they're pistol gods. But yeah, very impressed. Demon 1 stepping up for this. Boostio consistently very, very good. And good to see Jorgamo as well having an outrageous game. And yeah, the fast kill was 9-1 for Demon. That was, yeah, one of the better games to watch, honestly. VODs are in the description if you want to check them out. Thank you so much. If you liked this kind of content, let me know in the comments, and I will see you on the stream.